Hello, everybody. Happy Monday. It's February the 3rd. We got a brand new month, and the weekend is behind us. I do have some news in the fishing report, and it's good news. I'll be back to tell you what it is in just a moment. Hey, y'all. Captain Marty here to tell you that when my friends are in the market for a new boat engine or repair, I send them to the best, and that's at Ratcliffe Marine in Belhaven. Ratcliffe Marine is your official Suzuki outboard dealer. Suzuki motors are designed to get you on the water fast and get you back to the dock whenever you're ready. Ratcliffe Marine is also the largest repower center in North Carolina. So when you're in the market for a new motor or you need your Suzuki serviced, go to Ratcliffe Marine, 865 Highway 264 in Belhaven.
Hi, I'm LB Daniels, and when you want great local seafood, you go to Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese. How do I know it's great? My daddy is one of the fishermen that brings it to the docks. At Fresh Catch Seafood, you will get local seafood right from their fish house. They are a family-owned business that knows the name of every fisherman that comes to their docks. Visit their social media pages to see the latest catches. My daddy would love to put his tuna on your dinner plate, so get it now from Fresh Catch Seafood in Wanchese.
Our fishing report today really boils down to two things. One is offshore, one is along the beaches. That's the two things. And we'll talk also in the second part of our report today about the backcountry. But the bluefin tuna bite is still on. Now, I talked to Captain Dickie Harris on the Fantastic, and it sounds like the numbers are down a little bit from what they were last week, but they still caught them, and they're still giant. That's why they call them giant bluefin tunas, because they're over 500 pounds, most of them. And, they go all the way up to 900 pounds. We've had two over 1,000. That's incredible. That's a big tuna. Now, what makes this, here's something that's really neat, really fascinating. Over the last week, some of these bluefin tuna have been very close to shore. Now, keep in mind, yellowfin tuna and primarily blackfin tuna are two mainstays of the tuna species, are always generally out in or near the Gulf Stream, in that warm blue water or in the blended water just inside of it, but almost always in 30 fathoms or more of water, really right on out to the deep. But the bluefins, the biggest of the tuna worldwide, they go anywhere. They don't mind cooler. They don't even mind cold water sometimes. I mean, after all, it's into January, 1st of February, but they caught some of the big ones, the giants, in the intermediate waters. I heard that some were caught as close as 3 miles to the beach. That's just awesome. Different world, a lot easier to get to. It's just a good sign when they're spread around a little bit. So that's really encouraging. We do have some of the smaller bluefins under 200 pounds being caught as well. And back in the day when I was a captain, it was not unusual in the spring and fall to bump into those 80 to 200 pounders 15 miles off the beach. On the way out to the Gulf Stream, John Bayless and I on the Tar Heel would often stop. And when we saw them, they would actually could flatten the ocean out. They would be so dense and so thick that the way you knew they're there, you'd be running offshore and look over there and say, why is there no chop on the water over there, the size of a football field? And you would slow down, and sure enough, it would be an acre of bluefin tuna on the surface, just really finning along and calming the ocean down. Then when you got around them, you try to get in front of them and put back a couple of spoons and jig them really hard. But you'd look down under the boat, it was just solid backs of 70 to 200 pound tunas swimming by. One of the great thrills of my fishing career. And I understand why these guys are going out there now, but it's encouraging to know that there are some more of those now showing up in the intermediate waters, and you're not having to go out to the actual Gulf Stream, which can be a lot further and a lot rougher. So that is really, really encouraging news. I also mentioned that we had something near to the beach, and that would be a red drum bite. And it's going on in a lot of different places, but I would say that around the piers seems to be the number one spot. And when I say around the piers, I mean off the beach around the piers. There's still catch some on the piers that are open, or if you can get out on a pier, I think most of them, with the exception of Jeanette's, are probably closed. But the bite that was down on Hatteras Island only has really moved up, and there's a lot of there was drum caught around Kitty Hawk and also Killable Hills, Nag's Head, and a lot of them being caught on fly rods, because on the calm days, the fish are right in there in the wash. And, to go and catch a 7-8 pound puppy drum on a fly rod in January and February in the surf, that's way up there on the accomplishment list of fly rodding worldwide. That's a world-class fly fishing. A friend of mine went the other day. He didn't catch one or two. He caught 25. Let them all go. But, the drum are here. And then people with more conventional gear using bait or lures are also still catching puppy drum and a scattered black drum. So there is plenty going on. Actually, it's pretty darn good fishing, and the crowds are thin because of the time of the year, and you're going to see a lot of locals who are finally getting an opportunity to do a little fishing themselves in the off season. So we'll take a little pause right here, and when I come back, I'll talk to you about what's going on back in the back country and primarily the Pamlico Sound.
Wave Runner Fishing Charters provides exceptional Outer Banks fishing trips for anglers of all experience levels. Captain Brian White's love for fishing began at age 6 and soon evolved into a lifelong passion. Located at Wanchese Marina, the Wave Runner specializes in offshore and nearshore fishing adventures, offering guests the excitement of pursuing a wide range of pelagic species. They have the best rates in town. Call today at 252-216-8350 or online at fishwaverunnerobx.com.
So the backcountry report is minimal right now. The speckled trout season is closed. The cold stun event was considerable and put a big dent in some areas, especially in the areas of the Alligator River. So there's nothing I can do about that. As I said the other day, I don't have opinions on it or what should be done about it, but I do know that the season is closed as far as keeping a speckled trout. So there are some inland areas that are not covered by that ban, and you need to be sure you know what is an inland body of water, and you probably ought to check the websites of both WRC, which is Wildlife Resources Commission, or the North Carolina Division of Marine Fisheries, and understand your laws before you go fishing. Take a moment to get on your phone or your computer and make sure you're legal. So there's not much to report right now. We do know that in the upcoming, the rest of this month, the crappie fishing should start picking up. That's a freshwater fishery. There's already been some caught, and it's the type of thing where you got to know where you're going, what you're doing, and your timing has to be good as well. But it's really a fun fishery for people that been got cabin fever, been locked up in this blizzard we had, and are anxious to get back out. We got now the week looks beautiful for us, a little bit warmer. It's been a little breezy, but you're not going to catch them in the motel room. So get out and wet a line and have a great day. Take advantage of the thin crowds and the great fishing.